For obvious reasons, it's probably likely that most of us are limited as to how far we can travel right now. But when things start to return to some form of normal, you might be wondering, especially if you're a student like me, how can I travel while on such limited funds? Well, I have top 5 tips for traveling while on a budget. Number 1. Budget airlines are your friend. Yes, they might be the most comfortable thing in the world, but airlines such as Ryanair, especially if you're traveling across Europe or North Africa, are great. They offer transportation at a minimal cost, and you know what? If they get you there at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if it's on a comfy seat or with free peanuts. Number 2. Walk, walk, walk. Walking is your best friend when traveling. It's free, it helps work off all the exotic foods you've been eating at different restaurants, but most importantly, it provides a completely different perspective of an area that you're traveling in. You get to experience the sights and the sounds and the smells, good or bad, just like a local would. Public transport is also a great alternative, but be sure to do your research if you're relying on it for airport transfers or long distance travel. But in most cases, public transport offers a cheaper alternative to, say, renting a car. And you know what? Again, like budget airlines, if it gets you from point A to point B, go for it. Number 3, you don't have to tour everything. If you're only going for a short break, especially if it's something like a city break across Europe, take advantage of free parks and free museums. And if you're a student like me and traveling within the EU, be sure to do your research on what might be available. Many EU member states offer discounted or free passage to museums or different experiences that might cost 20 or 30 euro at a go. Like, for example, I went to the Louvre and I saw the Mona Lisa for free in Paris because I'm a student within the EU and under the age of 26. But be sure to do your research. Number 4, go to grocery stores instead of eating at restaurants all the time. Eating at restaurants for the total duration of a trip, even if it's only short, can be costly. What I like to do is go to a few highly recommended restaurants that tourists might frequent. It gives for an authentic experience, and it also gives you something to look forward to. And to make up for this, shop at grocery stores or markets the rest of the time. Again, it gives an authentic experience, you get to see what the locals eat, what the locals cook at home, and it saves you a lot of money. This is especially useful if your accommodation has cooking facilities, and if it doesn't, ready-made meals or ready-to-eat meals are perfect. Finally, number 5, be adventurous. If you're only traveling for a short period of time, try everything possible and jump at every single opportunity. One thing that I've done a couple of times is I've rented bikes and I've rented scooters in a couple of different cities while traveling across Europe. Again, similar to walking on foot, it gives a real authentic experience, but it also hurries things up. You get to see a lot more in short periods of time, and usually they're free or at minimal cost. It's also another thing to tick off the bucket list. Well, there you have it. They're my top 5 tips for traveling while on a budget.